What's going on, you guys? Jay here and welcome back to the channel. So don't forget to smash the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. And if you could drop a comment on the way out, hashtag LUNC, hashtag LUNCDash, hashtag LUNC community. It's really going to help us out here. It's going to help the algorithm pick up the channel, and then it's going to help more people find LUNC. And in turn, it's going to help the ecosystem grow. And that is exactly what we're trying to achieve. So again, it's a small thing for you, but it's a huge thing for us. But just before we get into this video, I do want to remind everyone that LUNCDash is available across board. Whether you're wanting chain information or a quick hit with our dashboard tickers, we've got wallet statistics, top holders, top burners. You can delegate, you can auto compound your LUNC coins here. You can use our money flow tool to crawl the blockchain, look at transactions in a very visually receptive manner that's easy to understand. You can utilize this tool for validators in the same way. We've got balances, which enables you to look at wallets in a graph-based view. We've got volume, we've got CW20 tokens, which are all of the different meme coins on chain, and it's produced in a coin market cap style ranking system. And I'm working on something a lot bigger in the future when it comes down to all of the meme coins on chain and all of the NFT projects on chain. 2025 is going to be a huge year for LUNCDash. As per my previous video today, if you haven't checked it out, check it out. We've got the web-based wallet DApp. If you want to use and utilize that, that's there, that's available for you. And we're also available on Google Play now, and we're going to be available on the Apple Store very soon. So do keep an eye out for that. Do keep yourselves updated. Links to everything in the description. Join the Telegram, follow the X profile, and use and utilize the wallet where and wherever you can. It's self-funded, it's secure, and it's developed by the people that you trust on chain. So now moving forward with the all-important video and really getting down to the nitty-gritty stuff that has really plagued the chain for a long time. And what I'm talking about specifically here is the centralized voting power issue. Validators with more or less more than 4% voting power. And in my ideal ecosystem, and from what I understand, 4% is more than adequate for any validator to achieve as a max cap. And anything past that is really detrimental to the blockchain itself. When we look at the Oracle rewards pool, and I don't want to spook everybody out and scare everybody or say, oh, it's all going to collapse or the Oracle pool is going to run dry. It never runs dry, but the reward ratio will decrease over time to a point of where it's more or less not worth validating on the blockchain. And that would be a point where all of these large validators that I'm speaking about have more or less bled the system dry, on top of all of the people double noding, network noding, all of the podcasters, the fake projects, the validators that claim to fund some development team on the blockchain, but we don't have a development team. We've got loads of these different validators that are not doing anything. They're all part of this depletion problem. Now, what I'm going to propose, and believe it or not, right, I've been thinking about this for a long time, and no matter who I've gone to on the developer side of things, they've always said the same thing to me. If you try to introduce any kind of system that attempts to moderate anything past the DCM, we're going to have people double node and network node. So we shouldn't even bother changing it. And I think that's a very, very bad response and a poor attitude to have, especially as a developer who's supposed to be able to solve problems. I don't see a problem here that cannot be solved. I see many solutions across board, but all of them get the same response. It's going to lead to double or network noding, but we're already seeing that. Now, my response to all of this of introducing this module, which we're going to be going over, we'll go into the technical details. I just wanted to give you the prerequisite, so to speak, the beginning of what we're going to be talking about and why it's so important. And it's really such a big task, but again, it's not something that isn't doable. It's not something that couldn't be done. It definitely can be done. And if anybody decides to themselves, for example, someone like Allnodes decides, well, we're just going to run multiple validators, then they would prove to be bad actors. They would prove to be exactly what a lot of people think they are, a money-grabbing multi-million-dollar company. But we'll get into absolutely everything. Let me break it down for you. To address this imbalance, I'm proposing a new module that limits the rewards any single validator can earn. I'm specifically speaking about validators only receiving rewards equivalent to a maximum of 4% voting power, regardless of how much they may control. And what I'm going to do, for an example, is use Allnodes, a multi-million-dollar company that over the course of 3 years has made no efforts to remove that massive centralized voting power that they have gained. So if a validator like Allnodes has 13% of a network's voting power, they're only going to earn rewards as if they controlled 4%. When we look at the features of how this system would work, we're talking about each validator's voting power being assessed regularly by the module. And if a validator's voting power exceeds 4%, well, the rewards would be capped at that threshold. The excess rewards that would have gone to the validators above the cap will just be sent back to the Oracle rewards pool, or in fact, depending on how the module's developed, they might not even get distributed to begin with. But again, the Oracle pool is a very sensitive wallet and it shouldn't really be tampered with. And that's why I'm specifically talking about introducing a module that is packed together and introduced into the ecosystem itself, and it will likely come in a chain upgrade. And this approach really ensures that the network remains fair, it encourages further decentralization, and the Oracle rewards pool has an opportunity to maybe, just maybe, start going net green. And I'm going to be doing a video on what I mean when I say net green, so keep an eye out for that. So why do we need this? The current system is simply allowing validators to grow and it's all unchecked. There's no intervention. We do absolutely nothing to punish these validators or address the situation where these many validators tend to dominate the network, and it's undermining the decentralization and security. By capping the rewards at 4%, we're incentivizing a more balanced distribution of power and ensuring that small validators have an opportunity to thrive. This is going to make the network healthier and more resilient. And what we're not seeing from all of these validators is building. They're not developing anything. They're not committed to the LUNC blockchain. So again, I've seen concerns, and yes, they've all been raised in those private validators chat. And they argue that if we implement this cap, the large validators will simply spin up multiple nodes to bypass the limit. Well, guess what? That's already happening. And at the same time, while this might happen, I believe it would actually be a good thing. And here's why I think that. If a validator chooses to run multiple nodes just to maximize their rewards, it exposes their true intentions. It's going to show that they care more about gaming the system for financial gain than they do about the health and decentralization of the Terra Classic blockchain. And as we bring in more and more holders, they're going to wise up to the situation, as is the existing community. This behavior would make it clear to the community who's here to support the long-term success of the chain and who is only focused on profits. And it really is that simple. And I want to be quite clear, doing nothing is not an option, period. Allowing large validators to dominate the voting power and rewards unchecked, it's not sustainable. It's threatening the decentralization of Terra Classic, and it risks making the network less secure over time. Over the course of the past 3 years, all I have heard in X Spaces, in podcasts, in YouTube videos, all of these different hype men, these people that sit all day acting as if they are developing something on the blockchain. The amount of times I hear people acting as if they want to build a truly decentralized blockchain that actually serves the community and not acts against it. Time and time again, it's all too often we see people simply doing nothing. Well, it's been 3 years. The time to act is now. We've covered a lot already during this video, so let me just boil the key points down of this module again. We're going to be talking about fairer reward distribution. We're looking at encouraging the decentralization aspect on chain. We could increase the Nakamoto coefficient. We're talking about greater transparency in a situation where you're going to push a lot of validators into the light. They're going to have to make a decision that is more or less very decisive, and it's going to show their true colors. It's going to show their true intention. Any validator that is against something like this is simply here for personal gain. And the more people that can see that is what they're about, the more people that can stop seeing certain validators like saints that are here to save the blockchain because they do a very, very minor thing that realistically benefits them on the long run. Because of the amount of voting power they have, that equates out into a substantial amount of dollar value. So to implement this change, right, we're going to need to develop and introduce a module, like I was saying, through a network upgrade. It's definitely, probably, I'm most certainly sure it's going to be a network upgrade. And you guessed it, we're going to need community discussions. We're going to need to hash everything out. A governance vote, which is definitely going to be the hardest part, is probably going to have to go up a few times. It's going to have to continue to go up until we can sway the validators into our corner to see the bigger picture that by doing this, by making this change, they're going to foster in a better future for all of us. And in turn, right, 10, 15 years from now, the Oracle pool could grow so much, our rewards could completely outweigh what we're getting now in dollar value. The reaction this would actually get from the external crypto community would be substantial. And again, I'm encouraging every single person to participate in the conversation, in the proposal, share your thoughts, hassle validators, call people out, hold validators to account. It doesn't matter if it is something to do with religion. It doesn't matter if it's to do with a cat. It doesn't matter if it's to fund some fake development team, right? If they are not developing, right, call them out. If they are not building, call them out. If they're just running a podcast, call them out. You know, if they're just merely scolding people on YouTube, doing absolutely nothing, not validating the chain, not developing, why should you even be listened to? What do you really know at this point, aside the general information we all know? Again, we need hype men, we need coverage, but at the same time, we need more development. We need more builders. We need more sure shot people that are going to come in and not simply go, well, we should just do nothing because if we do this, this is going to happen. I honestly believe this proposal will help create a more sustainable Terra Classic ecosystem for all of us, where Columbus 5 becomes part of our children and our grandchildren. They inherit, the mobile app. Everything that we have worked hard for and fought for over the past 3 years could be inherited by the next generation. And that's the mindset I've got. You guys are going to be crucial in shaping not only this proposal, but the future and what is to come next. I'm working on something else. It's, again, another crucial matter on chain that needs to be addressed. I'm going to be working on a white paper. I'm going to be talking to the developers that I actually work with that are not yes men, but they are very, very smart. They're good at what they do. As you can tell, everything that we've been working on together, we've absolutely smashed it. And I'm very, very happy with the outcome. We've got a lot coming in the future and I'm very happy to be back. I'm very happy to be creating content again. And I'm very happy to feel like me. And something I've grown very tired of is not being myself, not being the HCC that you guys know, the very outspoken, doesn't really care about what anyone thinks. Everybody will be called to account. everybody that is doing something they shouldn't be doing is going to be brought into the light. And that's what this proposal is all about. You guys always ask me, who are the good validators? Who are the bad validators? Well, a proposal like this is going to give you a simple 50-50 split, as if it was two circles on a chart, right? The people who abstain are likely going to be in the middle of that circle, right? Well, the two circles, a Venn diagram, so to speak. We're getting technical and, all the different people are listening. But hey, I'm going on a side story here. But you get what I'm saying. It's going to show who's on the left and who's on the right, who's for and who's against, who's for gains and who's for blockchain development. These are very, very important times. And although we're moving through this halving cycle at the moment, and we're probably going to do quite well, especially now we've got a native mobile app that can reach over 173 different regions, which is millions upon millions upon millions upon millions and millions and millions and millions of people, right? That can reach Lunar Classic, that can trust in Lunar Classic, that can actually feel safe knowing that if they are to come and use and utilize our blockchain, they've got apps they can depend on that are not going to be pulled out, right? And again, it is built for the LUNC blockchain, so everything is corrected and exactly how you want it to be. We're going to be introducing so many different things. NFT marketplaces will be going up soon. We had a light theme today. Do check out the previous video today if you haven't checked that out. And look, guys, aside that, lots of information here. Tell me what you think. Drop a comment, drop the hashtags, drop a like, do all of those different things, and keep an eye out for my next video. I'm getting into a new schedule, and there's going to be videos every single day of the week. On the weekends, there will be one on Saturday and one on Sunday now going forward. We'll try get back into doing an X space. I know that's really contradictory after what I've just been saying, but again, I like to do certain X spaces when the time's right. And I want to talk to everybody about the LUNCDash mobile app. I'm going to be doing a further video talking about the security of the app itself and going over all of the ins and outs and answering some of the general questions that people have been putting forward. So again, keep an eye out for all of my videos. And aside that, guys, I appreciate you turning up as always. I hope you're enjoying the content. And aside that, stay safe, stay humble, stay aware, and I'll catch you in the next one. Ciao.